Welcome to the Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking Show, where we make plant-based cooking easy. I'm Jill, and today we are making lemon chia Madeleine cookies.
Grab a plate, 'cause it's the all-free whole food plant-based cooking show.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. Today we are making these super tangy little Madeleine cookies that you're just gonna love. This was actually the winning vote from our community vote. They get to vote on what recipe I work on next. So this was the winner. So we're finally getting this recipe out to you. So we're gonna hop right in. I already have my oven preheated to 350 degrees, and we're gonna start with our dry ingredients. So I have a half a cup of coconut flour, which is, I just got some unsweetened coconut and blended it in my little trusty NutriBullet here into a flour. Then I have half a cup of oat flour, same thing. I just used regular rolled oats and made it into a flour. And then I have half a cup of almond flour. And I have 3 tablespoons of chia seeds, a teaspoon of baking powder, and a half a teaspoon of turmeric. And that's gonna give it a little bit of that bright yellow color that is so typical for a lemon cookie, which the lemon juice just can't do. All right, so we're just gonna stir those up so that everything is really incorporated well before we pour our wet ingredients in there. Okay, that's about good enough. Make sure there's no clumps in there. Sometimes the almond flour can get a little bit clumpy. Okay, next we have 2 teaspoons of lemon zest. That's going to give it a really super punchy lemon flavor. And now we're going to blend our wet ingredients. So I have 1 cup of unsweetened soy milk. And I always stress to buy the unsweetened plant milks because we're going to sweeten this naturally with dates instead of usually, your boxed or carton plant milks have refined sugars in them, and usually oil too. So that's why I like to use the unsweetened soy milk. This is 3/4 of a cup of pitted dates. I'm just gonna blend that up really quick here, just in our little NutriBullet, until almost all of the dates are just pulverized. Today's show is brought to you in part by Complement. As healthy as it is, did you know there are a handful of missing or hard to get nutrients from a plant-based diet? The latest research suggests that complementing your diet with a few specific vitamins, minerals, and omega-3s will help boost your energy and keep you thriving for the long term. That's why I take Complement Plus every day. Complement Plus contains the 8 critical nutrients in dosages optimized specifically for plant-based eaters. Plus, they're completely transparent about ingredient sourcing and third-party testing, publishing the results directly on their website. As a special discount for our viewers, just use the code WFPB15 at checkout to save 15% off of your order. Okay. There we go. We're just going to pour that in. Okay. And I have a half a cup of lemon juice, which was about 3 lemons. And a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now we're just going to stir it up. And this part you really want to get to stirring it up to getting it into your pan or onto your pan pretty quickly, because this batter starts to thicken. The oats and the chia seeds, they start to just soak up that liquid. And if you're using a Madeleine tray, like I'm going to show you in just a second, you kind of have to pour the batter in there. So it has to be pourable. Okay, there we go. I'm going to clear this stuff out and grab my little tray real quick, and then we'll make our cookies. Okay, so I have my silicone Madeleine tray here. If you've never seen Madeleines or made Madeleines, They're just a cute little, I believe they're French cookie. They're just so cute. But this is just a silicone tray because it's really easy just to pop those cookies out when they're done. And I put it on a cooling rack because if you put this directly on a cookie sheet or a baking tray, right here on the cookies tends to get burned a little bit because the cookie tray gets so hot. So I'm going to put it on here for now, and then we're going to get that into the oven. Good, our batter is still pourable, and we're just going to pour these, and I'm not going to fill them completely, almost right up to the edge. There we go. And this tray makes 18 cookies, but you could do this just as a regular, like a little spoon cookie, just on a baking tray with a piece of parchment paper. They work just as well. I just love these little, I think they're just so cute, the little shapes of them. And it's the perfect size for just a little afternoon cookie to go with a tea or coffee. Okay. And I will give you the link for this tray in the details below. Oops, it's probably a little too full there. I have just a teeny bit of batter left, but I'll just put that on a separate little tray and just make a couple little spoon cookies. I'm going to tap these a little bit or shake them so they settle in the pan a little bit. Now we're going to take them over to the oven. And we're going to bake them for 20. I'm going to start at 20 and then we can check them, but usually it takes about 25 minutes. While we're waiting for that, I'd like to share some background on our show. The Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking Show is crowd-funded, which means these free weekly recipe videos, along with our entire catalog of free printable recipes on our website, plantbasedcookingshow.com, and our Plant-Based Cooking Made Easy cookbook series, are all made possible in part by the generous patronage of our supporting membership community. Our supporting members gain access to great member perks like our monthly product giveaways, ebooks, and in-depth courses, including our 28 Days Plant-Based Made Easy course, where we offer a step-by-step guide to making the switch to a fully plant-based diet. So if you love our recipes, I invite you to join us on our mission to make plant-based cooking easy, and follow the link in the description to become a supporting member today. Okay, let's get back to the show. Okay guys, the cookies are out if you want to come in and take a look. They're nice and soft. I'm gonna let them sit here and cool in this baking tray. I'm gonna make myself a cup of coffee and then I'll meet you at the table for a taste. All right, it's my favorite time and I'm all ready. We got a little bit of coffee here. If you should come in and take a look at these, they're just the most adorable thing ever. I think they turned out so pretty. All right, but do they taste good? They are just the perfect little size for dunking. That lemon is so intense and punchy. And they're light, just slightly sweet. And you can taste the crunchiness of the chia. It gives you a little something interesting in there. Oh, these are so good. Perfect for a little afternoon snack. So be sure to give this a like, guys, and be sure to also hit that subscribe button. It really does help our show out. And I'll see you here next week for another great recipe.